Who's this? You're on the air.
Hey, Bubba, Las Vegas Meyer. How you guys doing?
How you doing, bud?
I'm okay. Just wanted to tell you guys thank you for being around. I'm going through some shiz right now, and just thank you guys for being on the air.
Well, you know, we got our buddy Reno. I think his name's Mario too. Is
I believe so. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Reno Mario. He just went through that trial of the guy who killed his daughter, and he went through hell, and he turned to the show a lot. And I know that
now this Mario needs us.
Neil Mount Plaisir went through some tough stuff, and now you're going through some tough stuff. And so we don't know necessarily what you're going through. It's probably none of our business, but just know that
baby mama issues, and just it's been horrible last 3 days. I just want to say thank you guys. You guys are a constant. And
now, are you with regards to baby? I don't want to pry too much, so. Tell me to shut up if I get too, but I've been down this road a few times. Is it you and baby mama? Are you and baby mama together?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
I mean, I go over there and help out and do some stuff, but I don't know. I think she tried to feel like she was being axed out with, my son, clinging to me, and I don't know. I wasn't trying to do that, so just kind of haven't seen him in a couple days. So
hold on. So the issue might be that she feels your son, how old is your son?
3.
And she feels as if your son maybe is bonding with you more so than her?
Yeah, and he's 3. I don't understand it. He just wants me to bathe him or me to read to him, and I'm like, okay, I'll read to him,
This is a cold-hearted woman right here. I'm telling you. I don't even have to know her to know that.
I know. But let me tell you something. There was this woman named Nancy Harris. She was the Regina Hunter before Regina Hunter. She's since retired. And in the court's eyes, this is something that I had to memorize. Nancy Harris was my first attorney before I got Gina Harris. And she's old school. Like, she represented Ron Diaz and just, She was the it factor, Dan, family law before Regina came in.
Gotcha.
And within the court's eyes, do you think that you guys are headed for a court battle?
I don't know. She told me to get an attorney, but I'm like, I don't know. We've been cordial, but
okay.
I don't know when she's mad at me. And
I know. First of all, you have to understand that you're dealing with a woman who is completely wired. Now, I'm not saying this disrespectfully to any women. But women just naturally are not wired the way us men are. We're wired differently. We are. Remember that one really popular book way back in the day, Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus? Mm-hmm. We are just fundamentally different. So, and we're often hard-headed, and we're often prideful, and we're often, a lot of different things that they can't understand. But at this particular situation, you got to really dumb it down, and you got to really kind of kiss her ass, because she can either make this a very, very difficult and expensive situation, or if you can learn how to play the game a little bit better, you can make this an amicable situation where you guys can agree in principle and get this all wrapped up if you guys aren't going to be together, with just one attorney, and establish some parameters and child support and things like that. But if you get into a fight, if she makes this a battle where she's saying to you, lawyer up, Dan's a lawyer, and he's telling you that some of the most expensive emotional law is family law.
Yeah.
Because they absolutely they prey on your emotions, and they use a child as a pawn.
Mm-hmm.
And so
it's getting to the point where I just want to stay away and just not come around anymore, because it just
screws your son.
Something stupid happened Friday, and it just was really dumb. After I got a text saying that, like, hey, I want to spend more time with him, I feel like I'm being axed, she has the gall to text me and go, hey, can you come and watch the kid? I'm going to go out with my friends. And I'm like, well, wait a minute.
Listen, listen, Mario, you cannot wrap your head around what she's spewing.
We got to remove her from the equation, Bubba, and that might cost 10 to 15 grand. But I think we know some people in Vegas that can take care of it.
Think Fabrizi or Lasker can blow a call?
I mean, somebody can take care of this on the strip, Tupac style.
How about this?
So Mario, listen, you have to let her think, because she's a mother and she's got motherly instincts. You got to let her think that she's in charge. Now, that goes against every ounce of fiber that us men normally, are wired. But you have to let her think that's her baby. She carried it. And if she feels that baby is getting closer to you, she naturally is going to be upset. And so you have to make sure that doesn't happen. You have to make sure that maybe you have to remove yourself out of the situation a couple days.
Yeah, but I don't want to be a deadbeat dad.
No, hold on. You didn't.
Just save everything. Document everything.
You didn't let me finish, Mario.
Sorry,
I said maybe for a few days at a time, you let her have the baby 100%, and then a few days, maybe you have the baby. Now, are you guys at a situation where do you guys live together still?
No. I moved out, and like I said, I was coming over and like hanging out and just trying to be around my son because it was just
That's great.
Will she release him too?
That's exactly what.
Yeah.
I think. Okay, so would she, since you have your own place, would she, if you came up with a schedule, just presented it to her, and said, what's her first name?
Jamie.
So you want Jamie. Listen, let's sit down and be responsible about this. And I know that you feel a certain way, and so let's work on that. And so let's make sure we'll just. I don't want to expose your son's name, but we'll just call him Little Johnny.
His name's Nolan.
Okay, Nolan. I was going to call him Little Johnny, but Nolan. So, listen, on these particular days, like 3 days in a row, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you have Nolan. I'll have him for a couple days, and then we can alternate weekends so that we can learn how to parent together but yet separate. And if she flips out and doesn't want to do that, then you're like, well, okay, I'm up for anything. But the minute that you get lawyers involved, you have and listen, if you make more money in the state of Florida, I don't know what it's like in Nevada, but in the state of Florida, if you earn more than her, then you're responsible not only for your legal bill, but for hers as well. So I
don't think Vegas has it.
Okay. But still,
But I do make more than her.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, you're looking at child custody, your payments, you're looking at, child support, you're looking at child support, you're looking at, you just want to organically be as nice as you can and make her feel comfortable.
I get what you're saying.
And even if you have to eat a little crow, even if you have to say and do some things that you don't fundamentally, think are very manly or very cool, you got to put your tail between your legs and let her think that this baby is that little Nolan, is that his name, Nolan?
Nolan, yes, sir.
That Nolan is that she is just important to Nolan's world as Nolan feels you are to his world. You have to do that. I've seen so many of these. I've gone through this. I, for years, had Gina on the air every other Thursday to talk about child law. So where are you right now? Are you give me an average weekly schedule with regards to you and her and how often you see Nolan under what circumstances?
Yeah, I take him in the morning to the daycare.
Okay.
She needs to, get to work. And then I pick him up after because she works 4/10s. So I have him all the way through. I feed him dinner, and then I bring him over to her place, which is actually mine, but she thinks I don't have any rights to that house either, but I've left that alone. Take him home, and there were times where I would just drop him off, and then she would bathe him and do all that stuff, but I at least got him from daycare and things like that.
Okay. By the way, you sound like a great dad.
Sounds like he's involved pretty much through the daily and weekly routine.
It sounds like so what's just like Dan said, it sounds like you're pretty much nailing it. So what's the problem?
So that's what I'm saying. The problem was I got a text saying that, you know what, you're axing me from my son and this, and that. And I'm like, okay. And then we got into a fight because she wanted to go out. So happened miraculously, she wanted to go out on Friday. And I go, okay, well, as soon as you're done bathing him and reading to him like you wanted to do, I'll come and watch. I'll sit for the night and whatever.
But listen,
and she got all pissed off at me.
Mario, that's where you challenged her. So at that point, you should have just said, hey, go out with the girls, blow off some steam. I'll take care of little Johnny, little Nolan. I'll take him. I got him. When you started to when you engaged her, then
why does he have to kiss the ring, Bubba?
Because it could be $50,000 if he doesn't. I mean, Dan will tell you right now. Right now,
it's true though, but he's also. I mean, he's already getting screwed. He's paying for her house.
I understand, guys. But the minute she lawyers up and he lawyers up, now we're in family court, and now he's laying down $10,000 retainer. He may have to lay down a retainer for her, and then he's going to establish a temporary child support. That's going to be $300 a week. I'm just telling you, bro. You got to sit here and eat some crow and let her think that she's in charge a little bit, or it gets expensive.
Do I apologize?
No, you don't. You don't apologize. You call her up and say, hey, listen. Maybe you do. Hey, listen, last Friday was a misunderstanding. I understand that you work hard and you should need some time off with your girls. If I don't have any plans, I'll always take Nolan, to help you out. So let's, hopefully we can learn from last Friday and not get in that particular, predicament again. I think, and then you reinforce her. I think that we're co-parenting really good. And if you ever want more or less time with Nolan based on things that you want to do, I'm always here for you.
Were you guys getting along when the kid was born?
Yes and no.
Yeah, listen, it's not. You guys aren't going to be.
It was always contentious.
You guys aren't going to be together. I mean, have we established that you're not going to be together?
Yeah, I can. Well, at first I was hopeful, but now I'm coming to the realization that's not going to happen.
I mean, if she's wanting to go out with her girls on Friday night, that doesn't sound like she wants to be with you
or her son.
Yeah, but Dan, you can't bring that in. Dan, you can't do that. You got to keep her.
This guy's got to suck up all his pride so he can potentially save $50,000.
Well,
it's actually probably gonna be more than that.
Taking his disinterested baby mama.
No,
out of the picture.
You try
this
to.
Makes me so angry.
You try. Listen, I'm a guy out of by the way, out of everybody in this room, I'm the only one that's been through this. Agreed?
Yep.
Dan, you've never been through a divorce.
Well, except for as a kid.
No, I know, but that was way different. You're dealing with a doctor, a school teacher. I mean, well, hold on. Let me just this. How contentious did that end up?
So badly that it's the reason that he's going to have to pay for his baby mama's lawyer.
Exactly. So you, of all people, there's case law. There's Diaco versus Diaco case law that establishes the person that makes the more money has to pay for the legal bill. So, Dan, you are really close to this scenario. I'm just trying to have you guys co-parent without getting lawyers involved.
Yeah.
That's what
I want.
That is ideal.
That's what I'm trying to have you do. And so, hold on. I had to memorize this particular saying. Are you ready? The party that's most likely to procure a positive relationship with the other party is often the party that prevails.
Wow.
I had to learn that. Nancy Harris had it on a chalkboard, and
Repeat that for the world.
You ready? Mm-hmm. The party that procures a positive relationship with the other party is often the party that prevails.
So the party that makes peace prevails.
The party
that tries.
Yeah.
The party that encourages the child to have a positive relationship with the other party is more likely to be the party that's going to get the prevailing ruling. So you need to be, you understand what I'm saying, right? The party that procures a positive relationship with the other party is the party that prevails. So
a lot of alliteration here.
It is. But Dan, is it not like, 20 some years later, I still remember it because I've had to say it so many times. Often, because we're dealing with a child that you created, lawyers prey on that. And you get she turns into Mama Bear and you turn into Papa Bear and money's no object. I'm going to fight for my son or I'm going to fight for my daughter or I'm going to fight this bitch because she's crazy and she's asking for too much. And that's when lawyers, they got you. They sunk the hook and now they're reeling you in, my friend. And the more that you can do organically with just you and her, and if that requires you eating a little bit of crow here and there, you're setting that, and keep copious notes when you pick them up, when you take them home.
A diary.
A journal.
A journal.
A journal. You should have a Nolan journal. Picked up Nolan today from the house at 7:15. Dropped off Nolan to pre-care at 7:30.
And a journal that is made a journal that is made in real time is considered real evidence.
Right.
So that's absolutely admissible in a court where they're talking about what you guys have done over the last 6 months.
So when you guys end up in court, and Your Honor says, "Well, who's been taking care of the baby here?" And you say, "Well, Your Honor, Your Honor, I have kept a journal since Tuesday, November 12th, and here is my journal of everything I've done to every day, to every minute." And he asked her, "Ma'am, what have you done?" "Well, I've done this." "Well, do you have any evidence of it?" Well, no, I don't." "Do you know how good you look and how bad she looks?"
Yep.
Again, those that keep the best notes usually win. That's another lawyer thing.
Yes.
And so, listen, Mario, just bite the bullet a little bit. Know that this is a war, not a battle. And I wouldn't say set her up for failure, but set yourself up for success.
Win the war before the fight. By preparation.
So
and preparation is the journal, is like Bubba's saying, keeping peace, not trying to alienate the opposite party through the child. Those are the things that hurt you.
If her concern right now, you opened the conversation up with her concern was the kid, you're spending too much time with the kid, or the kid's bonding with you more so than her. One, that's her guilty conscience coming out because she probably felt horrible about what she did on Friday. Now that it's Tuesday or Monday or whenever you guys had this argument, so she's probably not feeling very motherly for what she did on Friday when she knows she pawned off Nolan onto you. But you don't have to remind her of that. She's already telling on herself. So at this point, when she said, "Okay, the kid's bonding more with you, not me," you say, "Okay, honey, how can we rectify that? What can I do to make you feel better about your bonding with Nolan?"
Is she an interested mom, or is she kind of like a disinterested mom? Because if she's got the kid 80% of the time and the kid's bonding with you, that tells me that she is sort of indifferent towards the child.
No, and I won't be like that, and I won't disrespect. She is a very good mother. I always tell her she's the glue that held the family together. She is. And you
you never change that opinion of her. Never speak illy to her around your son. Never ever talk badly about her to any family member or anybody. No, I mean, I
don't like her family, but that's but like we don't. No, right. We don't get into fights like that or get disrespectful. But
I think the problem that you called me up initially with a long time ago was she's mad that little Nolan seems to be bonding with you more than her. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. So what you say to her, sir, is you have not a text, either a face-to-face. And by the way, you journal this as well. Had a face-to-face with, baby mama today. She was concerned that Nolan's bonding a little bit towards me. We came up with the following scenario or situation, or whatever to fix it. And, so have you had that conversation with her yet about her?
No, I stayed away since Friday. I don't even want to engage or anything. Just kind of let cooler heads prevail.
All right. So Friday, you took care of him, and she went out. When?
No, I didn't. I said I wasn't going to. I said after you're done bathing him and doing your book stuff. Then she got mad because it was either all or nothing. That's what I'm saying. She wanted to go out, and I'm like, well, you just texted me Thursday saying you wanted to spend more time with him, but now right. Friday you want to go out.
Now,
and I said, okay,
Mario.
And I probably did it to stick it to her, but
Mario, you just answered your own question. I probably did it to stick it to her. Are you trying to win this fight, or are you trying to lose it? Because
I want to win it.
Because had you said, okay, I understand you want to go out, Let me come pick up Nolan. You go out. What time would you like me to drop him off Saturday? Do you know how much better how much better that looks in your journal for the judge?
Yeah, especially when you have in your journal entry November 8th. I take care of the child while baby mama is out, whoring it up with her friends until 2 a.m.
I wouldn't say whoring it up, but it'd be say Dateline.
You put that in the journal?
Hold on, Dateline, November 8th. Got an unexpected call from baby mama. She wanted to go out with her girlfriends and didn't and asked me to watch Nolan. I was concerned because she had just, emphasized to me that she wanted to spend more time with him, but I went and got Nolan, fed him his dinner, gave him his bath, put him to bed, returned Nolan fully fed, fully dressed, bathed
Clean.
to her on Saturday morning. Do you know how good that looks in your journal? That someday, this journal's going to be. I guarantee you, she's not keeping a journal.
Nope. And then you can say, I dropped him off at baby mama's house at 11, and she was still in bed.
Well, I mean, whatever the situation may or may not be.
With her uncle.
Dan, you're not helping me.
Yeah.
Okay, quit trying to be funny. I'm trying to get through this. So you need to have a conversation with her. Don't bring up Friday, Mario. Don't bring it up. See, you want to bring it up, and you have brought it up by saying, you want more time with him. You're not going to get anywhere with it. What does that do besides make yourself feel better? What does it do? What does it do?
Got me more in trouble.
What it got you more in trouble? What's it do for Nolan? Doesn't do anything for Nolan. Doesn't do anything for your case down the road. Had you just kept your mouth shut, picked him up, journaled it, returned him, now you got an I gotcha moment on journal. Learn how to play the game. Stop being hard-headed and prideful. Let her control her own destiny. It sounds like she's going to. Talk to her about her feeling of Nolan bonding with you and say, hey, let's have some more alone time with you and Nolan. Maybe you need a little bit more alone time with just you and him so that you can feel that bond. But you journal that too now. Had a discussion with baby mama about the fact that she feels Nolan is bonding with her. And I came up with a situation where she's spending some extra time one-on-one with Nolan. Do you know how good? I mean, Dan, do you know a judge would practically, give you the baby after all that?
Yep, 100%.
The party most likely to procure a positive relationship with the other party likely prevails.
I didn't think of it like that, and now you got me really rethinking stuff. And
so, again, readjust. There's still plenty of time in this game. This thing ain't going to see the light of court for a year. You guys are going to go back and forth for a year. Be the good guy. Be Johnny Journal. And set her up for failure. When she wants to go out on Friday, go out, honey. I'll be over there to pick up Nolan. Meanwhile, you're journaling it. Let her do what let her set her own trap. She will.
Is she pretty?
She hot. Yeah, she hot.
Yeah, big jugs.
Yeah, and do you also have a little bit of the mind F where she's getting picked up by some cowboy getting railed down to zero? I mean, you probably got that playing in your mind a little bit too.
No, I don't want to think about that. No, Bubba, come on, no.
That doesn't turn everybody on, Bubba.
That doesn't turn me on. I'm
not saying.
I'm saying does that? I would struggle with that. I would be.
No, I don't want her seeing anybody. I know it sounds stupid, but I don't. I know that.
No, I know. What I'm saying is, I know you don't want her seeing it, but knowing that she's going out with her girlfriends, that sort of stuff happens, and that would be making me sad.
No, I think she's seen somebody at work, but she won't admit it.
All right, and listen, don't bring that up. That's just going to add,
Why? Let's thump this guy's skull when he's leaving the job that day.
That's right.
So,
all right, he lives in Reno, so I'm in Vegas, so I'm not going up to Reno.
So anyway, I hope that you have a different outlook on this, and you really, honest to God, Mario, are in the driver's seat, because if you do the things I told you to do, you're when this thing finally goes to court, you likely could be granted primary custody.
Mm-hmm.
primary custody, meaning you have him more than her because you are the parent that has shown the most responsibility with regards to his care. And you're going to be able to show...
In Florida, he'd have a good argument for it. I don't know what the law is in Vegas, but in Florida, he'd absolutely have a good argument, especially if he follows the path you just outlined for him.
So, like, if you have zero in one fiscal year, you have 0 times when you had Nolan that you asked her to come pick him up so that you could go out with the boys, but you had 5 times where she did that to you to come pick up Nolan so that she can be with the girls. You journaled it. You know how do you know what light that puts you? That puts you in such a great light.
And the court will absolutely look at that journal. It's made by a party of the suit in real time. It's evidence. If someone said that's not evidence, it would be in family court. Absolutely.
And so
100%.
meanwhile, the judge is going to ask, and so he says, "Okay, sir, thank you for your journal. Now, baby mama, do you have a journal? Do you have any record of any of this?" "No, I don't." Do you know how stupid that makes her look?
Yeah, she can only produce like a box of used condom wrappers.
And he says, ma'am, did indeed you go out in the last year 5 or 6 times with your girlfriend? "Yes, I did." Did Mario come and pick up Nolan? "Yes, he did." Bam, buddy. Bam.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And I didn't mean to be a downer on the show, and I just
I'm glad the show. I'm glad we are. I really do think we helped you.
No, you did, and like I said, thank you. You guys have always been a constant in my life, and I always listen to you guys when I need to be picked up. And just wanted to say thank you guys, and again, didn't want to bring the show down, but I just needed some help.
Listen, you didn't bring the show down. I'm so happy the show's there for you every day, like it is for a lot of people that are going through a tough time. And more importantly, I've been through what you've been through. Now listen, I did see somebody, a smart ass, say, "Why would you take any woman and or relationship advice from Bubba? Look at what has happened to him and his son." I'm talking about a baby here. Okay, I'm talking about an infant and a baby. And no, I'm not. Chad has.
And by the way, that toxic part that you're talking about on Bubba's life has also ruined relationships outside of Bubba's relationship with his son. So it's not Bubba's part that's being wronged on that one. Bubba's not doing anything wrong on that one. It's the other side that's doing something wrong on that one. I'm going to come to your defense, Bubba, here.
Thank you.
That's BS, because that little relationship has alienated everyone else in their family on both sides. And so they're in their own little island in the middle of freaking nowhere by themselves. I hope they're having a good time. But it's not because Bubba's doing anything wrong. So anyone that's saying that, F off.
And actually, up until I wasn't a good dad, I was a real good dad.
Yeah.
A really good dad.
Made all kinds of sacrifices for the unappreciative kid.
So, Mario, keep a journal. Keep calm.
Okay.
Let her control her own destiny instead of being a dick and saying, "No, I'm not coming over on Friday." Understand that, yes, of course I'll be there. That's just making her look like the bad parent that she is.
Yeah, set up for the long fight.
Again, do you remember? I'm not going to say it again, but I will. The party that's most likely to procure a positive relationship with the other party is the prevailing party. Mario,
pop them peas.
Right.
Do what I said, my friend, okay?
Thank you, boys. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Dr. Dan. Love me, Seth. Thank you guys for listening.
Oh, and don't forget, Operation Pigmentation is no longer a podcast. Well, not no longer, but there's a special live one-off today starting at noon across all of our platforms. So today is a special day in that.
Primetime Toys, $50.
But Mario,
thank you, boys.
Mario, I'd be buying a notebook or a journal and a couple of ballpoint pens today, my friend.
And your first journal entry should be November 8th.
Yeah, you should
start on November 8th. Rehash that in your first page of your journal and then go forward with it in real time. And it is absolutely ammunition if this becomes legal.
And I'm talking about, Mario, even the smallest of things. November 13th, picked up Nolan 7:15, dropped him off 7:30.
Bought him diapers, bought him a new bathing suit, bought him new pajamas, put him in the same footsie pajamas that Brian Matroni wears. Those are the things you got to put in that journal.
Yeah.
Document everything.
Stop by, picked up some formula for Nolan. Blah, blah, blah. Everything, anything involving Nolan is written down, documented, day and time stamped.
Nolan and the ex, both.
Yeah.
I had to pick up penicillin for the ex. All that stuff needs to be in the journal.
All right, bud?
Okay. I'll start doing it. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Nolan. Phone line's blowed. I'll get to the...
Mario, you thanked him by his son's name?
What's that?
What?
You said thanks, Nolan.
Yeah, thanks, Nolan. Yeah.
It's making it more painful.
Sorry.
Thanks, Mario.
Thanks, Mario Nolan.
There's a lot going on.
That's why I told him I just wanted to be Little Johnny. I really didn't want Nolan's name. I just wanted to call him Little Johnny.
Yeah.
To protect Little Nolan.
Of course. Well, we've done a great job of protecting Nolan today.